Good evening and welcome to Winterfinky Field and homecoming at Plymouth High School. Providing athletic training coverage for tonight is Yoshi Ono at Aurora Sports Hall. We would also like to thank our major field sponsors, Sargento Foods, Masters Gallery Foods, Glacier Transit and Storage, Bank First, Myron Corporation, and the Van Horn Automotive Group. The Plymouth community thanks you for your support. The Plymouth High School Marching Band. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the homecoming reps for 2023. Ethan Colby from Trap Shooting and Lauren Wagner from Equestrian Club. Grant Lipke from Boys Swim and Dive and Miley Nichols from Girls Track. Zeb Schumacher from Boys Track and Bradley Cinnamon from Girls Cross Country. Jake Lane from One Act and Dana Smith of Game Club. Trevor Bucknell of Boys Cross Country and Savannah Howie from Show Player. Josh Steely from Model UN and Annie Kleiber from the Ski Team. Cole Anderson from Tech Club and Claire Nelson from React. Tanner Schultz of Shay McMullen of the Art Club.
Thank you.
Max Holly from Spring Musical and Harper Pluckelman from Comedy Sports. Jaron Baltus from Boys Tennis and Elise Mooney from the Spanish Honors Club.
How we doing? Good. Yeah.
Silas Daly from Wrestling and Candace Seymour from Girls Swim and Dive.
Well, it hasn't been busy, but the kids are crazy.
Gavin Marks from Hockey and Zoe Ludington from the Dance Team. Aaron Kleitzen from the Math Team and Catherine Schwartz from FFA. Afina Perjecki of the Golf Team and Evelyn Flunker from Softball. Hendrickson from the Art Honor Society, and Delaney Fisher from German Band.
Getting a lot of publicity for this game. Should be fun.
There's going to be a lot of people here.
Yeah. I haven't seen Channel 12 yet. I expected them to be here.
From Student Council.
Well, it's also the Wiz Sports Game of the Week, too. So
That's right. So do they just have guys here to broadcast, or do they tweeting it?
yeah, or exit.
Right.
And Ryan Cole from football. Haley Batzner from girls tennis, and Jack Jaquat of boys soccer.
That's right. There's senior night tonight too. I forgot about that.
Girls soccer and Chris Raymaker of Momentum Combo.
But I think they're doing both. 'Cause I think that's why all the parents are out there too.
Jackie of girls basketball.
Because this is our last. This is our last home game, right?
And now your 2023 homecoming king and queen, Grace Poppy from FBLA, and John Steinhardt from baseball.
Where are they? Did I walk out?
The 2023 homecoming reps, Court and King and Queen.
John's like, I'm not doing this. I'm playing football. So, like, what time does your day usually start on a school day?
7 o'clock.
It does start at 7.
I usually go 7 to 3, but it depends on the day. I try to get out at 7, but a lot of times you're stuck there. And then there's other days that you're there until 4.
Okay.
And then there's school board nights.
Right.
6.
Right.
And at that point, it doesn't necessarily pay to leave. And come
No. Oh, did you grab? Shoot, I didn't. Oh, he does have a roster. Did you grab a roster or no? I thought I was gonna have to be the one-man band. Shaking hands and kissing babies. Oh, did he? That'll work.
roster is in the first page.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. We're good. I got my notes. We're all good right here. That I can read them. There you go.
John, your mic is on.
Okay. Right. Sure. Oh, really? The head coach?
You're a really good coach, and you have really good team.
Nice. Right. Absolutely.
You can help me with the numbers, ours, because I get a little hard time seeing.
No, you're good. We're getting close to having my glasses come up here too, so. Yeah, yeah. Right.
He's got a little girl in the office. The seniors will drive separate because she might need a ride. I said, that's what you do. Just take care of them. Tomorrow I got to take care of my grandson. Nathan.
How old is he?
16. I play football, and that's it. Give him a play. I said, that's not my, never kid. My son quit his junior year. I didn't blame him. Then he went on to senior, and I found out he did it for me.
Good evening and welcome to homecoming at Warner Finke Field, home of your Plymouth Panthers. Tonight in East Central Conference action, your undefeated Plymouth Panthers host the undefeated Pirates of Port Washington High School. And now, please rise if you are able and join with the Plymouth High School Marching Band in honoring America and the troops that defend it with the playing of our national anthem. Let's meet tonight's comeback. This is the team and coaches of the Port Washington Panther. It's not only homecoming at Warner Finke
Welcome
Field,
to
it's
Plymouth
also
Panther
senior
Football
night.
Homecoming
Tonight we are
2023. We're coming to you from Finke Field, where tonight the Plymouth Panthers, rated number 4 in Division 3 in the state of Wisconsin with sports, take on the number 1 rated Port Washington Pirates. I'm Scott Richards, Aaron Martell, and Kurt Zopp on the camera. Gary Kaiser and a fine staff in the studio are bringing you the ball game tonight. Plus, senior night, homecoming, beautiful weather. It doesn't get better.
It doesn't, Scott, because the night's absolutely electric. You have people coming back. You have the seniors being celebrated tonight. And you have 1 versus 4 in the state conference game that absolutely means everything for whoever wins this is going to win the conference most likely.
You know, and you think about this. We've been playing Port for a while now. Years ago, not before I was born, which is years
That's
ago.
a long time ago.
We played Port regularly, and then it kind of split up and whatever, but they beat us last year in the last 20 seconds of the ball game. It was a great game. They've had a great start to the season. They got some really good players. It is senior night. As the game goes on, we'll mention some of the seniors, but we want to let you know what's all going on here tonight, and it depends on who you talk to.
Absolutely. But I think what's great is that you have two teams that have faced some competition but haven't faced competition like tonight. And so it's going to be interesting to see who rises above and being able to kind of battle through some good competition. You have a passing game versus a running game. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Well, I did get to talk to a coach from another conference team last Saturday, and he said if you can run the ball with that offensive line, he said we were unpleasantly surprised.
Absolutely.
by how good they became. He said, I think you can win the game. He said, control it. The best player for Port Washington is their quarterback, Ben Fritsch.
Absolutely.
He came sort of out of nowhere last year, but he had been hurt his freshman sophomore
Correct.
year. He was the offensive player of the year. His stats are outstanding. And so that's what we're going to be watching for. How do you contain him? I don't think you can stop him, but I think you can contain him.
No, but that's just it. He's going to get his yards. They're going to score. But how can you make sure that you're wrapping up, taking him to the ground, and being secure in that tackling and containing him? I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. It may be whoever has the ball last wins, but it's going to be a great competition tonight.
Well, one of the things when you talk about sports and coaching in high school now, you don't have the dinosaurs like me. You got two coaching staffs that have been around for quite
Correct.
a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
The stability in staffs, I don't care what sport it is. You know, obviously you need players. That's the important thing. But the stability of the coaching staff, they're both stable. John Bunyan, the coach at Port, I know him well. Danny Canals, know him really well.
Really well.
They're both good coaches with good staffs. It's an absolutely beautiful night. As I say, if you look at the stats, points scored were almost the same, points given up. They've played two teams, and they're not. Remember, we played North and South, Division I, Division II teams who are both on the upswing.
Sure.
They played Cedarburg and Grafton. One in Grafton's in the Woodland, Cedarburg's in the North Shore, who are 4-2, and they compared that. But then, by the same token, we knocked off Berlin pretty handily. Berlin knocked off KML handily, and Port was tied with them at half.
Okay.
So if that means anything,
Right.
don't know it. Only means that we're going to kick this thing off and see how she goes with Owen Plake going to tee it up. In my opinion, the best kicker in the state.
He's definitely showing things off as he is one of the athletes of the week last week, what he's able to do against Waupun. And it's being disciplined. I think that's what's going to be happening on all fronts. Special teams, offense, defense, they have to stay disciplined in what their assignments are and being able to follow through and just kind of build that confidence.
As we expected, it's a packed crowd tonight. The stands here are packed. Ports would be packed if you could see from the first couple rows. Well, that takes care of that return.
And
that's out of the end zone.
through the back of the end zone.
So Port Washington will take over 1st and 10.
So our starting defense tonight is number 2, Tom Blad, number 3, Brett Shutter, number 8, Ian Schweitzer, number 11, Caden Kuhn, number 13, Eddie Mella, number 17, Jackson Nilitz, number 24, Ryan Cole, 32, Marco Troca, 51, Deacon Allen, 52, Grant Litke, and number 70, Ethan Coleman.
Now the right tackle, looks like he's at left tackle right now, is about 6'6", 300 pounds, and he's a stud, and they will run behind him a lot, but a lot of it is what they're going to do right here with Fritsch. And what they did right there is what you want to do.
Yep, exactly. They don't disguise a lot. Usually when they run the power, when they show the power side, they're going to run to the power side. It's exactly what they did. The Panthers were able to pursue and make that full tackle. Looks like we're going a little bit of a hurry-up offense.
Should be 2nd and 7. Port at their own 23-yard line. Fritsch in the Michigan spinner offense hands it to Liedermeyer.
Good pursuit. Nice job.
Gets nothing.
Grant Litke made that initial contact, and then it was nice to see Ethan Coleman finish things up out on that left end.
They're Niemeyer's actually their second leading. Well, he's their leading rusher, but Fritsch is their second leading rusher.
Yeah,
So
he's actually number 4 in the conference with about 500 yards rushing and 8 touchdowns.
3rd and 7. What they like to do with Fritsch is let him just run around. Good. And they will do that. They like to throw it out to the flat.
Crosses the 30-yard line for a first down. 1st and 10, Port Washington.
Sam Passon has 7 catches for 140 yards, but a 20 per catch average. So they swing it out to him and they get the first down. 1st and 10, now at their own 33-yard line. Double flankers to the top of the screen, split to the right, single back behind Fritsch.
Quick pass. Good contain. I think that's Caden dropping off of his guy and be able to make that tackle. I think one of the things that's going to be interesting tonight is being able to have Ryan Cole back on defense. I think he's going to be a disruptor. Hopefully his ankle is going to be more than 70%, maybe pushing 100%. I think if he can be a disruptor on defense, that's going to mean a lot for...
Single back sweat. I think, yeah, exactly what I thought. They try to spread you out and give Fritsch all kinds of room.
Frisch on the keeper.
Good gang tackle, but not after a big game by Port Washington. They're up to their own, over the 45-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 46.
I think, Scott, even though they got that first down, is trying to contain the big yardage, the big explosive plays.
Well, we have to get some penetration from the down 3. We've got to get somebody in the backfield, disrupting in the backfield.
Nice job.
Fritsch on a carry only picked up, I don't think he got a yard, maybe a half a yard.
Just barely a yard. Grant Litke was able to stay home at that nose position. They're wanting to keep this pace a high-tempo pace.
Well, I do think Plymouth's depth is better than Port Washington's. I've seen a little of their film and
inside handoff.
Ooh. I thought the block on the end was a little below the waist.
Yeah.
It was interesting. That official's right there. So 3rd and 3. Big play for both teams right now. You'll hear John Miller on the field announcer once in a while. He does a great job, but he also makes us laugh. So trips at the top. No back. This is when they spread it out for Fritz, right here.
Too much push.
And you notice, and they went towards the trips where it was spread out. You got to get some penetration. If you don't, I don't think they're going to throw a ball on that. He's just going to run the ball. So they're at the Panther, 26, good drive for Port Washington, 8:39 to go in the first quarter. Coming to you again from Finke Field here in Plymouth.
No coverage on the pitchback. So the outside end did a good job of making sure his assignment was true on the quarterback. The problem was that we didn't have anybody on that pitchback.
I don't know if that outside end, I think, was the linebacker. Then that means the corner has to be up.
Correct, stepping up.
Again, as I said, you're going to rely on some. We haven't had penetration in the backfield yet. Okay, double slot, top of the screen. Nothing on the right side. Tight end on the right side. Well played.
Well,
they ran that well, Aaron. They had a blocker out there, but it was well played by the Panthers. Pick up about 2. Obviously, 4 down territory. Now their kicker has not kicked many field goals. So, for me, to them, this is probably 4 down territory.
Well, again, I think the goal is going to be as many points scored, so I won't be surprised if they try and continue to push this into the end zone.
There.
Nice
good
tackle.
Now there you had a little bit of Fritsch on the carry. So
Deacon Allen making that tackle. He's able to get off his block quick enough to be able to make that take.
So 3rd and 6 at the 10. They're looking at 5. It's a long 5.
Real long 5. We're at the 11.
Okay, he's all alone again. He's going to run the football.
Holding, yep. Sorry, looks like they got a call. Eddie Mella got held on that end. We actually have 2 flags on that one, so they were able to.
Every time they've run that, he's run it at that wide spread. Big play for the Panthers.
That's a 10-yard penalty.
Well, it's not a surprise. I mean, Eddie Mella has been leading the conference tied with 3 sacks. He pursues really well. He's got some great speed. He got the speed on the end. The outside, the tackle couldn't contain him. He held benefit for the Panthers.
Now you caught that right away. I thought there was a holdout here on the defensive back as well. Defensive backs, I'll be a little more. Well, it's hard though. He's outside all alone on that receiver. There's some challenges. So we got 3rd and about 16. Single back in the backfield. Boy, he run a nice pattern. He ran it in and out, and he is wide open. And that's their stud receiver.
That is their stud receiver, absolutely. He's got 29 receptions with almost 400 yards receiving, 5 touchdowns. They just added a 6th touchdown to that. Did not cover him well out.
No, he did. He ran. I watched the route because he is their best, without question. Of the receiving end for the season, he's got 29. The next best is 7. So great drive for the Port Pirates with 6:21 to go in the first quarter. Ball's down, kick is no good.
No
Ooh,
good.
that can be huge. That can be huge. Well, this program is brought to you by the Backers, our Plymouth Community TV 14 sponsor team. Proud to have the Backers supporting youth and programs in the community. We invite you to become a member of the Backers and spread the word about your fine business or organization. Your business will be supporting the continuation of quality community programming on TV 14 as well as on YouTube TV. On YouTube, go to Plymouth Community TV and then live, and you can get our games. For more information, call Ginny at 933-3382, Scott 889-1819, or the studio 893-0006. Thank you for your support. Well, Aaron, that was a bit of a statement drive for Port. They kind of came right down the field, and then on a third, it looked like we were in man.
Well, they really wanted to set the tempo, and they continued with that hurry-up offense. They never went into the huddle the entire drive.
Right.
It was an 80-yard drive, capping it off with Arnold with that touchdown. I think it's really being able to be, again, as I said earlier, assignment sure, and they missed the assignment on Arnold, their best receiver.
So this is going to be returnable. Shutter with the ball, coming up left side. And he brings it out past the 25, so it's a good spot to start for the Panthers. Well, you can get the offensive starters.
All right, starting out, number 3, Brett Shutter. Number 9, quarterback Jordan Schmidt. Number 12, wide receiver Andrew Rao. Number 14, tight end John Steinhardt. Number 17, wide receiver Jackson Nylitz. Number 24, Ryan Cole at fullback. 52, Grant Litke. 59, Grant Tomey. 70, Ethan Coleman. 71, Aiden Kresbog. And finally, 75, Chase Helmer.
So Schmidt in the backfield with Shutter. Nylitz in motion. And it's an announcer on the outside. He gets, and we're going to get a hold.
Handoff to Jackson Nylitz on the end of round. Penalty marker on the field.
So it's right in that spot where usually you see. I could be wrong.
I'd like to hope that you're wrong, but most likely it's not. Seeing the laundry on the field. They're trying to do a little trickeration with a jet sweep with Jackson.
That's a 10-yard penalty.
Trying to move things around. The reality is with our offensive line, they have to control the line of scrimmage. And if they're able to control the line of scrimmage, I think it doesn't matter if it's Brett Shutter running, who's leading the conference in rushing. We're going to get our yards. Just continue to get our yards on offense.
Yeah, so I'm a little surprised at that play because that's not that guy that carries the ball a whole lot. Boy, penetration, they just fired off into the backfield.
Unfortunately, it looks like that left tackle, Aiden Kresbach, was able to be a little bit slow on his coming off the line, being able to attack that right away. They're small on the defensive line front, so we can control that line of scrimmage. I think it's going to make that difference.
Slant. That guy I think they slanted hard, probably slanted wide side on that one. Nonetheless, it's 2nd and 20 for the Panthers. And watch what the line does. Yep, they slanted that time.
Nice screen to Brett Shutter. Wait for his blockers.
Well, he's going to make it doable. It's going to be about 3rd and 4.
That was a lot of great patience by Brett, letting his blockers get set up. It puts us at that 3rd and 3, more manageable in that.
Yeah, 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
This is a tweener play, like you said. We're bigger than their line. I think they're quick. I mean, they're good players. And if you're going to let people in the backfield, it ain't going to make any difference. I mean, so unfortunate on that one.
Looks like we lost a yard on that, so it's 4th and 3. They're getting set up. They're going to appear as though they're going to look for it.
End right now is in control. We've done this before with Schmidt kicking.
Yeah.
No, we were going to talk, and we said this before the game. Mistakes are always going to be the controlling mistakes. Port had a big one, and they took care of it. That's the second one on Panthers on this drive. Plus, we've had a lineman slant hard inside our left tackle and make plays behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, what's hard there is that even though they knew that it was going to be a punt, it appeared as though that the offensive line got lazy. Unfortunately, Ethan Coleman, number 70, moved early. It's a false start. Now we bring in Owen Plate to give a big boom, which almost might have gotten touched. It might have gotten blocked. That was, unfortunately, looks like a 7-yard punt.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been.
I'm sorry, I was wrong on that, Scott. It was a 5-yard punt.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a inauspicious start for the Panthers. But 4:05 to go in the first quarter. Panthers down 7-0. Port takes over in Panther territory at the Plymouth Panther 38-yard line. You're right. They went no huddle. That tackle flip-flops. He's on the right side now. I think his name is Owen Arndt or Casey Arndt, the Port their best offensive lineman.
Good contain right there.
The interior of our line has been stout this whole first quarter. It's when they get outside, we have to have people coming up hard. You got to read your keys. You know, whatever our coaches teach us keys, that's what you got to read. If you can read run, you got to come up. But it's hard when you got a quarterback that is a threat to run, and he throws the ball well, as we saw in that touchdown pass.
Absolutely, and they want to spread it out. You can see how wide the receivers are.
Okay.
They want to be able to spread things out. Here on the bottom of the screen, you got Josh Arnold,
and
definitely someone you have to keep an eye on.
And he is definitely, Cade is on an island, without question. See, he jukes inside, and you cannot suck for that. He's going to go outside.
Looks like they held him just short of that first down. It looks like 3rd and 1.
Tackled inside the Panther 30. It'll be about 3rd and 2.
Even on that one, they had actually their big man, number 69 for Port Washington, Casey Arndt, pulling hard on that to be that lead blocker around the end to get that first down.
So, 25-yard line, Port Washington first down, Panther territory. Port Washington has controlled the first quarter without question. I think the Panthers have had the ball for 5 plays. Port, slot right, wing left, tight end on the top of the screen, single back behind Fritsch. There we got penetration. Oh, that is set up well. And it's going to be another touchdown. That was set up well. I was wondering when we got penetration so quickly, wow, what a great job.
Right. But they had 3 linemen out in front with only cornerbacks and safeties to block. When you have that mismatch, you're going to win every time. And that was definitely obvious with that wide receiver screen.
They're going to go for 2 because they missed the extra point on the first try. So from the 3-yard line, Port Washington already up 12-0, 2:14 to go in the first quarter. When they go like this, when they've done this, every play he's run towards the trips. Every play. Look, you got a corner.
Trips here
One
and
guy's
power
uncovered.
on the
There
right
it goes.
side. Yeah.
So 2:14 to go. The Port Washington Pirates take a 14-0 lead. Gives me a chance to bring you a message from the Paddock Club, Lake Street in Elkhart Lake, where Chef Lynn Chisholm celebrates the bounty from local farmers using old world techniques by making artisanal handmade pasta, bread, house smoked meat, sandwiches, and so much more. Wednesday and Thursday gives you the opportunity to try multiple dishes at very reasonable prices with our small plate specials while still offering the regular menu. Open Wednesday through Saturday with dinner being served in the bar, dining room, or contactless takeout beginning at 4:30. Comfort food made for you and your family. And Port's going to kick to the Panthers again. Shutter and Nylitz are deep. Shutter caught the last kick right about at the 5, took it out to the 25 on a good return. A lot of ball game left. They've been sort of hit with a haymaker to start, the Panthers have, but just get back off the ropes and get out and play. Nylitz brings it out to about the 26, so the Panthers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Well, and Scott, that's just it. They have been smacked in the mouth with 2 touchdowns right away. The reality is right now the offense needs to be able to have a meticulous drive down the field, slowing things down, get that confidence back, do what this offense has been doing.
We talked about we have to create a ground game. And right now, we've had people in our backfield, so we couldn't. So I think they got Cole up as an up back. They got a little bit of a pull going here. Shutter gets a little bit of room. It's going to pick up a good solid 4 yards. And that's just what you need right there. We pulled the right. I think it was Ryan. I think it was Ethan Coleman that pulled. Ryan Cole may have come that way as well.
Well, right now for Port Washington, number 9, Diego Armendariz is been a disruptor. He's been challenging that left side of our line. Now he flips over to the right side of our line, but he's been definitely a disruptor that's been causing issues for us.
2nd and 6 for the Panthers. I formation. We get outside to Cole. Not a good pass. Now, he threw it behind him. If he hits him, he's going to get a 1st down. But he didn't, so we come back to the next one.
It's one of those things, especially when you're throwing to a fullback, as much as I love Ryan Cole, you got to be able to hit him right between the numbers. Nice, easy catch. Put it outside just a little bit. He went one-handed, couldn't bring it in.
Well, I compare that to the Braylon Allen. Every time he catches it going sideways, he's at a disadvantage.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll find out here. 3rd and 6. That was slow. Now let's.
Jackson, get outside. Good speed.
That's what we needed.
Nice
right
first
there.
down.
Tell ya, Jackson Nylitz did a great job. They had him behind the 1st down marker.
What was nice about that too, Scott, was that he was able to make a man miss.
The first guy miss.
He made the first guy miss. He was able to get that extended yardage. We do have a timeout on the field. Looks like we have a player down on the Plymouth sideline right now.
I'm looking. So 1:15 to go. The Panthers get a 1st down, get inside Port Washington Terry at the Port Washington 45-yard line.
Timeout on the field.
Is that
Let me take this opportunity to tell you
must be an official's timeout of some kind.
community event taking place on
So while there's a timeout, Miller and Belton Incorporated, Hildendale Road, corner of 67 and County PP. It has been said time and again, you get what you paid for. In the case of Simplicity Lawn and Garden Tractors, you get even more. Exclusive features like free floating mower decks for perfectly manicured cut, full width rollers, traction control for the best traction available. So do you want to settle for getting what you pay for or getting more? Visit Miller and Belton, see exclusive features of Simplicity, the way to a beautiful lawn located on 67 and PP. Check out their complete line of steel chainsaws and trimmers.
Scott, the injured Port Washington Pirate was number 2, Colton Struckman. Looks like he went off on his own power. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him, but thankfully he's okay, it looks like, at this point.
So we got Troke on the backfield now. Shutter's in the wing. He's in motion. He's going to get the ball coming around the outside. He's got to make a, he gets to the outside. And he makes another good cut, and he buries somebody on an 8-yard run.
What was interesting about that is that they had Marco Choco, the other running back, out there as the lead blocker to be able to kind of get that contained on the right end, and that opened up the...
I tell you, he did. Troca got a piece of somebody. Out in the open like that, just get a piece of him so Shutter could get to the outside. So we're down at 2nd and 2 at the Port Washington 37-yard line. The beautiful full moon tonight is coming up. I'm sure our Crackerjack cameraman will pick that up sometime. Of course, he'd probably then go get his bow and arrow and boy, what a good
nice run by Ryan Cole on that.
Once again, we are getting penetration on the right, on our left side. That's got to be, we got to work on her a little bit. So Panthers now 1st and 10 at the 32 of Port Washington. We're kind of getting that running game going. 17 seconds to go. I think they're going to wait till the quarter. They're going to let the clock run out. It might not be so dumb. Catch yourselves a little bit. 14-zip, Port Washington here from Finke Field. And I get a chance. Pizza's, Piggly Wiggly, Eastern Avenue. Also stores in Howards Grove and Sheboygan with stores located in Plymouth, Howards, and Sheboygan. They are your one-stop shop for all your party needs. Our meat department has certified Angus beef, the best steaks money can buy. Check out some of our signature items like pork sandwich and steak sandwich patties. Remember, shop the pig and save, go Panthers. Plymouth Furniture on Eastern Avenue. They have over 40 mattress styles on display from Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Plymouth Furniture carries furniture, mattresses, and appliances with an amazing selection of sofas, recliners, lift chairs, lodge furniture, dining rooms, something for every room in the house. They carry quality brands like Flex Steel, Southern Motion, Best, GE, and Ashley. Make sure to visit the back of Plymouth Furniture where you'll find the area's largest furniture clearance center with great deals on mattresses, furniture, and appliances. 20/20 Visions, Doctors Brad Wickland, Corrine Beiersdorf, and Dr. Alexandria Van Els on Carr Road in Plymouth. Just a reminder, at 20/20 Visions, we do accept insurance for employees of Kohler, Sargento, Masters Gallery, Johnsonville, and many more. You can find us on Facebook, 20/20 Visions, or check out our website, 20-20visions.com. So, the Panthers are fighting back here, starting the second quarter. Scott Richards, Aaron Martell, Kurt Zalp. The inverted wishbone backfield. They've done that a little bit. They got to end around. If he can make one cut, he just did. Nilitz, good. I'll tell you. Should be a first down unless the ball went backwards.
That's a great play call, and unfortunately for Jackson, he didn't follow the block of what Brett was doing.
Right.
If he does, he definitely makes that a first down, if not more.
They might measure this. Oh, they're
nope,
moving
they're
it.
going to give it to us. So first down.
And 10 at the 22 now. Good drive by the Panthers.
Well, that's just it. They have to build that momentum to be able to kind of keep pounding. They got 3 quarters to be able to kind of neutralize this and get ahead.
I'm going to watch that top of the screen here and see what happens to us. John Steiner, I'll tell you what, he's a little bit of an unsung hero. He catches everything, and he always picks positive yardage up.
Well, he settled to be that outlet for Jordan. He was able to be that outlet, be able to get 7 yards on that. Oh, and besides, he's the homecoming king tonight. So you kind of capped that off with that.
Well, one for the court. I'll tell you what.
Absolutely.
That was a nice job by Jordan Schmidt. He had a little bit of pressure, obviously, but he found John. John did a great job of making himself available. Cole with the ball makes a wonderful cut. It's going to be real close.
Just short.
Tell you, once again, though, they're getting people in the backfield. The line needs to get the first 3 yards for the running back, and after that, the running back takes care of the rest, gets the gravy. And our line has been good.
They have been good. And right now, it looks like they have a 3-man front. They're going to be pressing up those linebackers.
Cole, there's a, tell you what, that's the way a fullback runs. Put his head down and go, right?
And that really was. It was a really great initial push by our offensive line, Ryan Cole is able to kind of follow that up with that hard first down run. Unfortunately, it looks like we're right at the 10, so the only way is for a touchdown in these next 4 downs because it's first and goal.
Then we just got to get a touchdown. I mean,
it sounds good to me.
Yeah. So you got Shutter in the backfield with Schmitty. Oh, good cut.
Huge hole.
Keep it going, Shutter. Oh, he's right down at the goal line. Wow. Wow, and what a nice hole by
that was a
interior.
great hole. Scott, I think you could have ran through that hole. It was so wide.
But I wouldn't have come down yet.
No,
It'd have taken me
not
a
at
little
all.
bit longer. You know that 10 flat 40 I still got? Maybe not. That was a wonderful. Well, that's what Schutz does. He finds a hole. But
He does.
The offense, I said they got to get him 3. They got him 3. He did the rest. Usually this is where Cole gets the ball. Gosh darn it.
Oh, no. Looks like Jordan fumbled it.
That's the same thing that happened last year. We were down at the goal line at the 1 and fumbled it.
3rd down and goal at the 1
2.
still. 1.5.
1.5. No, we talked about things that happened last year, how we lost the football game, and that was one of the situations. We're down here, and we had a fumble. So Troca's in for
Rao.
All right, got to get this play in here, fellas. Yeah, we're going to go for a touchdown. We got that stack. They didn't fall for it at all.
Oh,
and
nice job. Looks like Brett Shutter over that right edge did a great job. They had a little disguise up the gut with Marco Troca. Brett takes it around the right edge for the dominant. What they needed was that touchdown.
I'll tell you, that line had a push.
They did.
And the backs finished it up. So played in the kick. Jordan Schmidt to hold. Panthers score in the second quarter, 8:27 to go in the first half. High snap. Well done by Schmitty. Good job.
Nice job.
Panthers 7, Port Washington 14. A kick will be coming in just a couple of minutes. Meyer Motors, Plaza Lane on the east side of Plymouth, offers certified service, sales, parts, and emissions testing. We also purchase vehicles privately for cash. We have a wide variety of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Meyer Motors has been doing business right here in Plymouth since 1926. We pride ourselves on customer service with a touch of hometown comfort. You can visit us online at GoMeyerMotors.com to review our inventory, service parts, and get to know us. Contact with us on social. Search Meyer Motors on Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok. Follow for important updates and occasional giveaways. Meyer Motors, a small-town dealership with big-town service. We look forward to seeing you soon, and we look forward to the Panther defense rising up now. I mean, they're getting a lot thrown at them, but I'll tell you what, those coaches will talk to them a little bit. The kids will come out and say, here's what they're doing, and we're playing. These are 2 good teams.
They really are, and I think what's going to be interesting is how they're going to adjust on defense. Because talking with Coach Mark Volbrecht this week, he was commenting about how they want to continue to throw different formations at them, try and confuse that Port Washington offense, and we just haven't had a chance to do that because they've stayed rushed the whole time.
A pooch kick. Well, that was intended. What?
I think it's a great idea, but the problem is that because he kicked it out of bounds, now
I
they're
think
going
they may have been trying to keep it away from Fritsch, but you got a guy that kicks it out of the end zone.
Yeah, I think with having Owen Plate there, knowing that you're going to kick it into the end zone almost every single time.
So they're going to have us kick it again.
The Pirates have chosen to have the Panthers.
Now, I'll be honest with you, Scott. If I'm Owen Plate and they want me to re-kick this,
okay,
I want to kick it to the end zone.
We're making another change here now. I believe that wasn't the case.
No, they changed it. Yeah, it looks like they changed their mind.
And they have a right to do that.
But I don't think our
I think Plate would have loved to just boom one out of the end zone again.
So it looks like they originally thought they're going to re-kick it. They changed their mind. Now we have our defense on the field, not our special teams on the field to take on Port Washington's offense.
So we're going to try to mix her up a little bit. Again, slot top, wide flanker on the left side. So they put the tight end on the right side now. Niemeyer behind Fritsch. Oh, that's good play. That's good play.
Eddie Mello's able to keep that contained on that outside, left outside edge and make that tackle. That was secure. He could have pitched it. Fritz chose to keep it. Eddie did a great job on that play.
I'm guessing that their coaches have said anytime there's an option, you tackle Fritsch.
Absolutely,
And
you have to.
Who's ever other guys, but you got to tackle Fritsch. So that was a great play. Second, little over 10 now, or maybe just at, yep, just under 10. Formation, wing on the left with a tight end, flanker on the top of the screen. Niemeyer to the right of Fritsch.
Unfortunately, the play before, Eddie does a great job on that tackle. This time he misses that tackle, which he had him right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like he gained about 7.
When in doubt, you got to make him come back inside. You have very little help outside. If you can make him come back inside, you're going to get some help. And the kid is really good. He's made a lot of people miss in the last 2 years. So 3rd and 2. Panthers got to bow up on this one.
Now that was interesting formation because they had their big tackle, number 69, actually Casey, in the backfield as that lead blocker, kind of flashbacking to the 80s with the Fridge.
Hey, 80s, 60s.
Let's not go too long. I remember seeing Fridge.
You know
You're way older than I am, Scott.
Oh, I'm proud of that. So 1st and 10.
Oh, great pursuit. Ian Schweitzer jammed that middle right up the beat.
Tell you, Schweitz did a great job. Tell you, he's a tough nut. All right, so he got him, and he knows he's going to carry the ball now. You know, now you're going to, where's Arnold? I don't see him.
So again, now they have a pistol formation with Jordan being able to out that wide receiver position.
Boy,
and Fritz down at the bottom
off.
In that motion position. Backwards pass, secondary pass, or a run. Good contain.
Eddie did a good job.
That was a great discipline on that because Port Washington wanted to try and bring some razzle-dazzle by moving guys along their line of scrimmage, and Plymouth stayed patient within that.
I want to coach on this one. They've been moving the ball with Fritz.
I agree.
I suppose you keep them honest, but that was well played by the Panthers. They played disciplined football. Okay, so 3rd and long. I don't think this is 4 downs here. 3rd and the long 12.
Josh Arnold on that reverse. Good contain.
But not good tackling. Arnold kept his feet growing. Now they're going to go. Now they'll go for it.
Rides his way to the Panther 38. It will be 4th and
4th and the ball.
Looks like we got 4th and 6. Again, they have Casey in that backfield. Good containment. That is a great play by the Plymouth defense.
That's what we wanted to see.
That's exactly what they needed to have. And I don't know if that was Deacon Allen, number 51 on the outside, but they did a great job containing him, pushing him back on the inside to be able to get that stop on 4th down.
Well, our spotter, Tim Schultz, is not doing his job.
Yeah, Tim has not helped us out much at all tonight.
So, big defensive stand after a big touchdown by the Panthers. 6:10 to go in the first half. Panthers 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Jordan Schmidt with Brett Shutter in the backfield. A little bit of a bad snap. Boy, they came hard on that one.
They ran twins on that one because they even had the tight end John Steinhardt split out wide, trying to create space to go forward, but unfortunately Grant Litke wasn't able to make that block.
No, they're not ranked number 1 in Division III and undefeated for no reason.
Correct.
But okay, so that wasn't a negative play. That's the good news. The wind that there is would be up here. It's the flag isn't moving, but a little bit of the wind is at our face right now. Cut, get out there. Good cut. I'll tell you, they're running Nilets a lot. So Jackson picks up about 5-6 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
I always find that fascinating with that kind of quote jet sweep, which isn't really a jet sweep because it's considered a pass by Jordan Schmidt on that to Jackson Niles. He caught the end, followed his blockers, was able to set us up for a nice 3rd and long 3.
So you got a mixed bag of what you can run here. That's the good news. They're pushing the line of scrimmage, so. And a fumbled snap.
So the challenge within that is that the Port Washington defensive line jumped just a little bit. They did not go in the neutral zone, but that caused us to not be ready to go.
Right.
There's a fumbled snap, puts us back 4th down and 7.
They tried to draw him offside, which is fine. All right. So Owen played in the punt. First punt was short, but we think somebody had a hand on it. I think he probably drives the bus for him too. He's back to return the punt. High snap. Good kick. Good kick. Into the wind. So Port will take over. 4 minutes to go in the first half at their own 37. So good field position for Port. We had a positive drive going, and didn't go so good.
Well, what's hard on that, Scott, is that the defense did a great job. They were driving just a little bit. We got to stop on 4th down, and then you want to be able to take that momentum up to that next notch with our offense, and unfortunately had 2 minus plays, essentially, that caused us to punt, and now our defense has to get back on the field to create another big stop for us to get the ball back. 4 minutes left in the second quarter.
So double flanker right, split left. That's Josh Arnold, their best receiver. On the left at the bottom, pretty much isolated. Now we're getting penetration now. So Fritsch carries it, wrapped up immediately, I believe.
Yeah, Ryan Cole and again Deacon Allen. I mean, Deacon Allen's been all over the place. He's been have that solid middle challenge within that middle. He's got 2 sacks as well. He's right up there with the conference leader, Eddie Mella, at 3 sacks. He's kind of tenacious in that middle.
2nd and 8. Niedmeyer to the right. They're strong that side. Oh, motion will change that a little bit. Oh, we got, I believe.
All right.
We got a procedure. Well, thank you very much.
We will take that.
Down to 3:31 in the half. It hasn't always been pretty, but it's good football.
Absolutely.
I mean, these are some heavyweights going at it here a little bit. Panthers have been on the ropes, but they kind of battle off of it. But they've shown now they can move the ball. So now it's 2nd and 12. Now when they did this and that when you're down at the goal line, they isolated Arnold right down here. And again, Fritsch can throw the ball, but I'll tell you, he is, okay, Schultz out. And we got a hold on Arnold, and he's complaining. Hey, get another 15 out of him. I don't, any kid.
So that's going to turn out really well for us.
Yeah.
The reality was that when they took that flanker or that running back out of the backfield, no one followed him. So it was an easy just kind of pitch and catch. Josh Arnold unfortunately got a holding call against Caden Schultz on that. So it's going to help us out, but we have to make sure that we cover that running back.
We didn't have it covered.
No, we did not have it covered at all.
Now, that's where the spot foul helps the offense.
Correct.
You know, and we always talked about, I don't like the spot foul. If it's 5 behind the line, it's 15-yard penalty. But now this one helped the offense. Brings it back to 2nd and 12. So we've seen this one before. Arnold now at the top of the screen, isolated. I don't slide that safety over. Down, out, and down. What
wow,
a catch.
That's a great catch by Josh Arnold. Caden got beat just a little bit, but he was able to pursue back, try and swipe it away from him. Just a great catch by number 1, Josh Arnold.
I think it would help a lot if you either go zone or slide a safety. Yeah. And the way they're spreading it out, I don't know if you can slide a safety. Waiting for the chain crew. I think it's the same group. Rolson, Randy Schmidt, Wayne Hogue. I think Dave Hartman has got the clip. So it's 1st and 10, Panther 25, 2:42 to go. Fritsch coming around the side. Boy, he cuts quickly. he does things you can't teach.
Correct. He is a natural athlete.
Well, that was a great catch by Arnold.
Looks like we're going to be second and one, long one. The turnover would be great right now. Ethan Coleman right there, meeting him in the...
Coleman's having a good game. So, I don't think you got the first down. Obviously, it's 4 down, so it's going to be third and... Third and a handful.
I think that was a generous spot by the refs, in my opinion. But third and short.
So unless you get penetration right through the center, it's a tough one to stop. So we got 140. They're letting the clock go down a little bit, waiting for a call. Yep, they're going to let. They got the ball and we don't, so they'll let the clock run. They're going to take a timeout. That'll be Port's first timeout of the half. They have 2 left to go. 1:28 to go in the first half. Panthers down by a score of 14-7. Waldo State Bank, 119 North Depot Street in Waldo, Wisconsin. Waldo State Bank is local, independent, like you. Waldo State Bank has served the community since 1913 at 119 North Depot Street in beautiful downtown Waldo. Check them out at Waldo State Bank. Member FDIC. They can handle all your banking needs. Plymouth Glass, 402 East Main Street. Kitty corner from the library. Plymouth Glass, a family-run business honored to serve the people of our community. We offer a wide variety of services, including standard and custom shower enclosures, aluminum storefront windows and doors, safety glass, glass tabletops, thermal pane replacement, plastics, cabinet glass with many patterns to choose from, plus much, much more. Stop in at Plymouth Glass. We're ready to handle all your glass needs. We'd like to mention that at halftime, the band will be performing under the direction of Cody Wisman, and we're going to film that, put it out for you to see the fine band that we have. They're going to, I don't know if they are going to introduce the 72 conference champ football team along with this recent 2023 girls state champ soccer team. So it's a lot of stuff going on a long halftime here at Homecoming in Plymouth. So, third and inches. Oh,
yeah, movement on the right side. It looks like we had a false start.
There have been a lot of, it's a kind of a game where everybody's so wound.
Yeah.
It's hard to, and they're kids. I see it at a level where people get paid a lot more.
Absolutely.
They get paid more than you and me at the pro level. So, but it helps Panthers, but you got to take advantage of that mistake. They do not have what I could see a real good kicker. So,
no, I agree. I think this is 4 down territory. We have to stay disciplined.
Isolating at the top of the screen again.
Inside handoff.
Oh, and that's well blocked. Boy, that was a nice open field block. Tell you, they run stuff well. 85 pulled and led the blocking. That was really, got to give credit. That was well blocked.
Yeah.
I tell you, I don't know who the linebacker at least held it up a little bit.
They tried to. We just didn't have any pursuit. We were following the flow of the original run, and then they came back with a counter on that, and we just did not follow it.
So Fritsch is all by himself. Motion. They run a lot of motion. That was actually well played. Was first and goal at about the 53 seconds to go in the first half. Port does have 2 timeouts left just inside the 5-yard line.
Marco Choco being able to dive from that middle linebacker position to make that tackle.
So 37 to go. Fritsch by himself. Again, the trips are at the bottom of the screen here. Panthers take a timeout. That's the one you want to talk over because they've run kind of the same stuff all the time off of it. While we have that timeout, BJ Campbell's at the Depot in Plymouth is a casual dining experience in a historic train depot converted into a restaurant. Join our family and enjoy comfort food, which includes steaks, rib sandwiches, and German favorites, offering something for everyone. Don't forget the big pretzel and baked French onion open Tuesday through Sunday, each day at 4. The defense has made some plays, but they have run some things. they didn't have to run a lot in the second half of games because they were up. Like Panthers didn't have to run a lot. But that last play was so well run. It was well blocked. So they're throwing a kitchen sink, and we're backing up. We've had chances.
Well, I think they've been shifting up their formations. They've been bringing their KC number 69 back into the backfield. They've been mixing things up to try and get that push to just have Fritz run right down us and getting chunks 6, 8, 10 yards at a time. And we have to be able to continue to tighten up right here in the goal line.
They only have one timeout. No, we took the timeout. I'm sorry.
We took the timeouts. They still have two timeouts.
They're fine.
Second down and goal.
Port changed its formation. Fritz up the middle.
Good stop. Well, Grant Litke on the initial tackle, then a gang tackle with the rest, which was huge.
25 seconds to go in the half. Port took a timeout. It'll be at about put the ball down so I can see it.
2-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, third and goal at the 2 right now. This is where if you were able to put in your beefier guys on that front line, you would definitely do the
Briggs. He's in Japan visiting his granddaughters, and he'll be back soon. We've done good things. You got to build. It's got to be brick by brick by brick. You can't, if we can correct the mistakes we've made. We've shown the ability to move the ball. We've shown the ability to make some good stops. They've made a couple of great plays. So they got a big fella in the backfield again.
Yeah. And see, it's an interesting formation because not only do they have 69 number Casey in there, but they also have another lineman number 77 in there plus a running back. And it's just like when you have it overloaded that much and then you have Josh Arnold on top with that wide receiver threat, they can throw a lot of things at you.
They have the whole meat counter in the backfield.
They do have the meat counter in there. Inside handoff.
Yeah, he just took care of business. Yeah. He's not even on their stat sheet.
He is not, but he definitely scored that touchdown. Senior number 30, Brady Krieger.
Went off of their left, our right side, and again they move people, and the only way you beat that is penetration in the backfield.
Brett got a little excited. I want to try and block that extra point.
But you still got to watch the ball.
Correct.
They're going to go for 2 now.
Encroachment on the Panthers. Half the distance penalty puts the ball on the 1-yard line.
Mistakes.
And the
so now
offense returns to the field.
Big stop by Ethan Coleman.
Huge stop.
That was huge. Ethan Coleman cutting through to make that big stop.
They've done some good things. With 21 seconds to go, we're going to get the kick. But we receive the kickoff.
We do receive the kickoff.
Okay.
So right now, Port has had the ball 4 times. They've scored 3 out of the 4 times. We're able to get 1 stop. We're going to have to make the adjustments on halftime to be able to get more stops so that we can, get the ball at halftime, but be able to find something else. If it's a special teams mishap on Port Washington, if it's a defensive turnover, whatever it takes to be able to get that extra possession to be able to bring this gap of score closer.
We have to cut out the mistakes.
Absolutely.
We have to cut them all. Again, they're kids, and they make them like pros make them, and a lot of them. But we don't have to play perfectly, but we have to play really well. And we've played okay, but a few muffs and a couple penalties have hurt us. But when we've had a chance to continue to go without those mistakes, we've moved the football. I'm sure the stat line is significantly in Port's favor, but stats don't mean anything.
Of course, correct.
We get the ball, the kick now coming with the wind at his back, should probably end up about the goal line. We have 2 timeouts left. But we're going to So we got the ball at the 30, 15 seconds. You got 2 plays. What I'd be leery of is throwing anything on a down and out.
Well, that's just it. Do you take the risk with going into the wind, or do you just say, hey, you know what? Let's take this with what we have. Let's collect ourselves, recalibrate during halftime, and then come back out. And it looks like we're going to take this into the half. Oh, nope. Interception by Fritz.
Shutter runs him out of bounds.
So here we have a clock issue. It appeared as though there might have been 1 second left as he went out of bounds. Our clock says 0. I think there was a game yesterday.
Officials say it's over.
Official says it was over.
So we'll be back for the second half, but stay tuned and watch the Plymouth High School Marching Band at halftime. Panthers trail 20-7 to the Port Pirates. Scott Richards, Aaron Martell, and Ryan and Kurt Zopp. We'll be back with you later.
Our first tune, under the direction of drum major Helena Erdley, was inspired by the idea of letting go of frustration and having fun. A little bit of courage can go a long way. From the band Rock the Moon's third studio album, Talking is Hard, which was released in 2014, the Plymouth High School Marching Band proudly presents Shut Up and Dance. tune will feature our flags on the field. All of the flag drill this year was choreographed by senior members Grace Poppy and Delaney Fisher. This tune was originally brought to light in 1949 by Perez Prado. It instantly became a popular dance tune in many clubs. The song was repopularized in 1999 by Lou Bega. The song later landed Bega in a 7-year legal battle with Prado's estate. A German court ended the copyright battle in 2008 with a ruling that declared Prado as the co-writer of the tune. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5. Proud Mary is a song written by American rock band Creedence Clearwater Revival, written by John Fogerty. It was released as a single in January of 1969 by Fantasy Records and on the band's second studio album, Bayou Country. The song became a major hit in the United States, peaking at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 in March of 1969. And it was the first of 5 singles to peak at number 2 for the group. Tonight's arrangements of Proud Mary will feature a trumpet soloist who's a junior member of our marching band, Taylor Weisensell.
attention as I introduce the 1972 Plymouth Panthers undefeated 9-0 Packerland Conference Championship team holding their 50th reunion. This team was led by the late great head coach Dwayne Johnson and was his first championship team and was the number 5 rated team in the state, outscoring their Packerland opponents 169-35 with 6 shutouts. The team will be led out onto the field by defensive coordinator Pat Brunette, followed by team managers Bob Surich and Kevin Devine Egaby. And now, the class of 73 and 74 players in attendance are end and defensive back Roger Ernie Abraham, the team's Mr. Hustle. Offense and defensive tackle Stephen Teddy Behrens, the team co-captain in 71 and 72 all-conference player, and the 1972 all-area and all-American player, Steve Teddy Behrens. Center and middle guard, Rick Grease Russing. Center and defensive tackle, Jim Doogie Doubleman. He was a 1972 all-conference player and second-team all-state player. End and safety, Taylor Ty Fernsler. Halfback and defensive back, Bruce Duke Froh. Guard and defensive back, Mark Honks Helpke. Halfback and defensive back, Lee Spike McMullen. He was the team's top offensive player. Randy Leo Rudolph played end both ways and was a 1972 all-conference player. Back and defensive back, Jim Butch Sartori. The fullback, middle guard, kicker, and punter, Dan Schmitz. He was the team's high scorer. Quarterback and safety, Bob Shue, the team's most valuable player. A guard and linebacker, Dave Fung Vorpal. He was the 1972 All-Conference and Defensive Player of the Year. And an end at safety, Tim Bob Weedman. The Packerland Conference in those days consisted of Plymouth, Sheboygan Falls, Kiel, New Holstein, Chilton, Algoma, Southern Door, Sturgeon Bay, Kewanee, and Luxembourg Casco. The conference game of the year for 1972 was Plymouth and Kiel. Both were undefeated with a 6-0 final score and was led to a 13-0 Plymouth rout in the Packerland Championship. Give it up for your Plymouth Panthers 1972 undefeated championship team. And now it's time for me to introduce to you a group of athletes who have brought home the first ever female state title back to Plymouth High School in any sport. Not only are they state champions, but they have also made history. This group of girls, along with their coaches, finished with a record of 21 wins, 1 loss, and 2 ties, including postseason games, and went into the state tournament as the number 3 seed and defeated both the second and first seeds to win the state girls soccer championship. Please help me welcome your 2023 Division III girls state soccer champions. Let's welcome back the graduated seniors, Allie Kirchen, Katie Miniman, Cassie Piling, Sarah Welch, and please also welcome back the returning players, Emma Adema,
Haley Baxter, Melina Knowles, Taylor Traco, Campbell Booth, Lexi Baldy, Hannah Downs, Paige Kurtz, Molly Munson, Cora Notham, Addie Reimer, Callie Knowles, Ashley Miller, Hope Lambert, and Megan Shinneman. Their coaches, Brad Fike, Darren Munson, and Joel Williams. And their trainer, Yoshi Ono. Give it up for the 2023 Division III Girls State Soccer Champions. And now it's time to announce the winning ticket in tonight's 50-50 raffle. Get those tickets out, because you could win $7
welcome back to the second half of tonight's homecoming football game between the Plymouth Panthers and our guests, the Port Washington Pirates, coming to you again from Finke Field in Plymouth, Wisconsin. Scott Richards, Aaron Martell, and Kurt Salp on the camera. Well, Aaron, Port Washington's good, but we have seen things we can do, but we can't make some of the mistakes we made in the first half.
Well, that's just it. We have to be able to play clean football, play disciplined football. We get the ball back. We can put some pressure on them. Yep, we're down 13. As I said at the beginning of the call, it's just like it's going to come down to, I think, whoever has the ball last, and we still have that chance to do that, but we have to clean things up. And so it'll be interesting to see what the coaches said at halftime to get them ready to go for this second half affair. Number 1, Port Washington. Number 4, Plymouth for this conference battle.
Well, and I heard some talk during the week. They seemed that had seen us both said they think we have to outscore them. We think we're not convinced that anybody can just plain shut them down, and we haven't been able to. But they've had short field a couple times. You can't give them a short field. So, well, here we go. Shutter and Nylets deep for the Panthers as Port will kick off to start the second half. Shutter at the 1, good kick. He faked reverse. Schutz gets outside. He's got a little room to go. He cuts back again. He gets to the 30. Good return, long run to pick up 30 yards, but a good return by Brett Shutter. So the Panthers will start 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Left hash.
Brett did a great job on being able to find where his blockers were, using them, finding the backside, that hips, and being able to jet up the field. He is coming off a little bit gimpy right now. Hopefully that's nothing major, just kind of loosening things up from that halftime break.
Well, and the good news for the Panthers, they have a real sturdy backup in Marco Troca. And
They
if
do.
they even go past Marco, Ian Schweitzer is showing
Yep.
more than capable, doing a lot of good things. They almost knew what the play was.
He was, and that Diego Armendariz has been just in the backfield, I think sometimes more than our own running backs. And so we really have to be able to figure out how do we contain him. He's been disruptive across the line.
And again, that's what good players can do. Make it look like, hey, I knew what you were doing, when he didn't. Just a good play.
Absolutely.
Makes it tough. Now it's 2nd and 17. Going into the wind has picked up a little bit, at least up where we're standing. The flag isn't moving much, though. Tell you, Troca had a good. They are coming. Their secondary part of their defense, linebackers and secondary, is coming up and preventing a 7-yard run like that was, or 8-yard run from a 15 or 16-yard run. They've really done a good job.
Well, they spread things out. They're able to jam that middle. Right now we're sitting at 3rd and 9. We have a passing formation out there with Marco in the backfield.
Double slot on the right side. Ooh, we're going to get somebody open here.
Jordan took a big hit just short. Looks like at the 38-yard line, short, about 4th and 3.
Yeah, it might be, even though you're down, 13 points, it might be early. But Jordan's coming back out there. Now, again, we do a couple things with this, try to draw them, but they're pretty well disciplined. Schmidt can punt it, or you just plain go for it.
It appeared to me if they go for it right now and don't get it, it's a little bit desperation. Draw them off sides, sit back in that punt formation. We'll see what they choose to do.
Well, again, they're a well-coached team. So
Again, he rushed it, and we have another 7.
Oh, and we had a low snap. Low snap didn't help him any, but right. We've had plays where he's kicked at 60 yards on that deal, but he didn't there. So once again, we're going to give Port a very, very short field.
Yep, looks like they're at the 50-yard line.
The defense will have to just bow up. We've been asking them to do a lot tonight, and they've been stout at times. And we're a little discombobulated here in terms of getting people covered. They're going to go for the kill shot right away.
Grant with a great play, wrapped him up, could not take him down.
There, they took him down.
Ryan Cole with a form tackle on Brian.
Again,
Fritz.
that's Fritz's ability. We had him for a 6 or 7 yard loss, and he picks up 2 yards. That's his individual ability.
Absolutely.
But you're right. They're going no huddle. They're getting right up there, saying, "Come on, stop us."
I think the challenge right now, Scott, is being able to see that we have 5 on the line, but our linebackers are sitting back 4 or 5 yards. We're not getting enough inside the box to be able to slow them down. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys on the line, even in this trips formation, and so we're just being outmatched, outmanned.
Right. So Fritz picks up about 5. You're right. They're just right now. They've come out. They're just taking it to us.
They are.
Now again, they started with a great play on defense, and then we had what looked like some good stuff going. But you're right. They're making hay right up the middle. And I didn't think they did that in the first half, but they are right now. Yeah, it looks like we're playing against 15 guys right now. Well, Fritz on 2nd and 6. Fritz picks up about 2, just over the 25-yard line. Make it 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. Well, that's
good
a generous
game tackle right there.
That's a generous spot. Seems to be anyway, but it might be absolutely perfect.
Niemeyer actually got hit by his own player, was able to do a spin move and get another 6 yards on that. Just not able to contain him.
If you can run the football and stop the other team from running the football, you're going to win. And right
Absolutely.
now they're running the football very, very, very well. So that what we used to call the Michigan spinner formation, quarterback 5 yards with a running back behind him, easier to conceal the ball a little bit with how you're handing it off. They run a lot of motion. They're going to go for the downs here, and this is where, and he makes people miss like crazy.
That was a high tackle, but it was around the shoulder pads. It wasn't a horse collar. It wasn't a face mask. It was just a high tackle around the shoulder pads.
But that's where, and again, I can go back to last year because I was standing there, and when he breaks contain, he's hard. I mean, you're looking at 6'2", 200-pound linebackers trying to catch a 6 foot, 175-pound, really good athlete. And somebody made a great play on a great tackle. Nonetheless, it's 1st and goal at the 5. They huddle up a little bit in this situation, which it's working for them.
Right.
They make you guess. They move a lot of stuff around. They have a veteran team. I mean, they got guys back. Picked up Newmeyer. You know, we talk a lot about Frisch. Logan Newmeyer is a good player as well. He's quick. I got Schweitz in the ball game.
Ethan Coleman is having a great game on both sides of the ball. He's one of those linemen that can play offensive tackle as well as coming in on defensive tackle. He slowed things up. Ian was able to finish things off at that linebacker position.
So 2nd and goal, just outside the 3-yard line. We have made stops in these situations. Now you got an empty backfield, so you know who's going to carry the ball. Now we must have some movement again, and we do. I see. I just happened to glance at their coaches on that one. Oh,
right.
You know, been there, done that, right? But so they're giving us some opportunities, and we'll take them. So 2nd and goal now from the 9. Now what they did in the first half, they had this situation. They isolated Arnold really wide, which would be the bottom of the screen, the left side, and tried to hit him one-on-one. And he ran a double move, a post corner move. It was open, it was well thrown.
Well, especially when we're playing on that man coverage, we're not playing that zone. We don't have that safety over the top. We're trying to get as many as we can in the box, but he does definitely have that on the bottom of the screen against Caden Schultz right now.
And they're both great athletes.
Absolutely. Just too fast.
He's amazingly fast, and as I said earlier, you have to go outside, but he'll cut back on you as well. That's
Absolutely.
just a great individual play by Fritz. Won a short field, and it's a little bit tough. 26-7, 5:31 to go in the third quarter. Port Washington obviously is taking a commanding lead. The Panthers, you're never out of it till you're out of it. But we can't have, again, some of the little mistakes. They gave us a chance. Yeah, he's hard to contain. I spent time with Dan Mella and talked to him about. He said that's what his worry is as a guy that's coached this and been around. He's hard to contain. They're going for two again. Fritz low in the backfield again.
He just bull rushed that. He was able to hit our linebackers, was able to get low enough, powerful enough, and get that 2-point conversion to put it up 28-7.
It looked a little bit like the air went out of the balloon.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, just like, not that you wanted to, but that's what it just sort of looked like. Nonetheless, the Port Pirates are up 28-7, 5:31 to go in the third. And while we have a chance, Bank First, Eastern Avenue in Plymouth, where they believe in building relationships and creating a better banking experience for our customers. We know our customers by name and make decisions locally, not out of state. We are advocates of the customers we serve, and our team of bankers enjoys helping people achieve their goals by providing personalized customer service and value-driven financial solutions. Call or stop by one of our offices to learn why it's different at First. Bank First, member FDIC. So Port's going to kick off. He got Shutter Nilitz deep. Schutz had a nice return out to the 30 from about the 1 yard line the last time. Now they faked that reverse handoff. It can make the defense or the kicking team think, but you also lose a blocker when you do it. Good kick. And you cannot return the ball in high school if it's in the end zone, so the Panthers will start at the 20-yard line. All you can do now is do what you've been working on all year. Try to march the ball a little bit. Pick up 4 or 5. You can pick up a chunk, great. But we haven't shown that we can do that right now.
No, and that last series coming out at halftime, Brett Shutter looked like he twisted an ankle on that kickoff, did not play on that offensive drive. Right now he's trying to work it out on the sideline, so he's still not back on offense, but it looks like he's getting his helmet back on to hopefully give us that extra push on offense that we need.
Well, that was swarming defense. Troca carried the ball. There was nothing there. Again, the line's got to get you has to get you a little bit of a gap, but there was no gap for Troca. And we're not a team that's air raid. I mean, that's just not the way we're made. I mean, it's not that we don't have people capable, but it's not the way we do. We've been running the ball. We've been a run-first team. And it's hard to change your spots in the middle of a game.
Correct.
Nice catch. Now let's nice catch. A little bit behind him, a little bit high. Nice catch. So it makes it doable. It's going to be third and about 4.
Well, building those successes, we have to be able to, hey, we got a good pass catch. Now let's kind of get that next step of getting this first down. We have to build successes to be able to put those points back up on the board.
There were 2 nice blocks by receivers, and that's not easy to do.
No, it's not at all, especially when you have a linebacker out there covering up Brett.
Nice run, I got to believe.
Yeah, definitely a first down. Looked like he gained about 7 on that. Again, Brett Shutter is so patient that he just kind of follows his blocks, and then he has that kind of afterburner speed to be able to put his foot down and go, and that's exactly what he did.
He makes some cuts again. You can do all the drills you want, and you can help it, but he makes cuts that he's kind of born with. But he made some great ones there, so the 1st and 10, Panthers out to the 35-yard line. We got a little something going here. Shutter again, picks up.
Oh, what a run. Come on, Brett. That was all Brett on that run. He got bottled up in the middle of the line, But he's just like, I'm not going to quit. And he kept driving and driving and driving.
First down, Plymouth Panthers.
The other thing that's interesting, sorry, Scott, was the fact that they had Ryan Cole out as a trips backer, so they don't even have his fullback out there to be that lead block. It was just the offensive line and Brett Shutter to make that happen. Looks like we have a timeout by Port Washington.
And their coach is out.
The coach is having a conversation, one-sided with the refs.
Yeah, the ref did the right thing, walked away. You know, yeah, it was. I to be honest with you, I thought he was stopped, and I think they thought he was stopped. And you say, well, he got caught. He got caught because now he has to get the truck going again.
Right.
You know, it's still in first gear, and he got up to second, third, couldn't get it to fourth gear. But
well, maybe that's what the coaches were complaining about, was that they had stopped the momentum, but Brett didn't stop.
No.
And there was no whistle. And what are you taught? Every single sport that you play through the whistle. They kept on playing, and Brett did a great job.
Well, and we're getting stuff going up the middle, and it takes all 5 linemen and your tight end to do that. Again, we've shown the ability to move the ball, but we got to continue to do this, cut out any mistakes, and then get a defense a little chance to redeem itself. So, again, 3:28 to go in the third. Panthers down by 21 points, but they got the ball in Port territory at the 33-yard line. And I just...
Illegal motion called against Plymouth. 5-yard penalty. Will be first and 15.
5 yards in a game like this is huge for us.
No, again, they had
Well, it was 2 flags, so
I don't think we can escape that.
no. Again, it's interesting. I'm looking at the flag, and I'm looking at the flags on the goalposts. They're moving a little bit. Up here, it's moving hard.
It's moving.
But the old glory over there on the north side of the field is not moving a lot. So it gives us first and 15. Now we're back to the 39-yard line of Port. Again, we have shown the ability to move the football.
Jackson Islet's on the end of the round.
Well played by Port. If it's not real clean, and it wasn't, that's a hard play to run for a kid. That's not a natural running back.
Absolutely. And it was a hard cut. He could have cut inside because he had the blocker being pushed out to the sideline. Chose to try and get around with his speed. Got caught and it wasn't
and
the right play.
That's what he's more used to doing.
Absolutely.
So, well, it makes it a little tougher. So we got second and about 18. The screenplay was set up, but they read it pretty well. Ball is tipped.
It's one of those times where you're glad that it was an incomplete.
You're lucky it was incomplete.
Because it would have been a loss of another 10 yards.
Well, in this situation, I think it's 4 downs. So I think you don't have to pick up 18. You got to pick up 9 or 10.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, Port Washington has just made a shift. Their defensive line is creating such a push with our offensive line. We're not controlling the line of scrimmage, which is disrupting those outside run plays, is disrupting our pass plays.
Well, they're using quickness and some stunts is what they've been doing. Now they're covered 2 deep, 3 linemen, but I'll tell you, these 3 linemen have done some mischief. We got some kind of a foul right at the tackle.
Now, I don't know if he got a horse collar on that. I don't know if he got a face mask on that. It looks like they're going to call a horse collar, so grabbing in the inside, which is going to be 15-yard penalty and automatic first down. We just got a break on that one, Scott. Because number 45, Garrett Kaczynski, made a great play. He made a great play, but unfortunately got a horse collar tackle in there that gave us a first down.
They're saying it's 3rd down. Okay.
I'm sorry. I thought a personal foul was automatic, so I did not know that. My apologies.
All right. Well, we got 2 downs to pick up 17, 18 yards. That's I think.
Unfortunately, number 9, Diego Armendez, is just dominating our right
so
tackle.
athletic, he's in our backfield. It's just
Correct.
simple. It's just athletic as heck. He gets outside, and trying to get around him is not going to work. Step up, but we haven't seen this happen. Well, now it's fourth and a long ways. So Owen Plate will have to come and punt the ball away. What looked promising fell apart.
He's bull rushing our right tackle, Chase Helmer, and getting just a great push,
Well, he's
making
so
a
quick,
great play. He is very fast.
And he's quick and he's pretty strong too. And if you haven't seen it, and you can't simulate that stuff in practice.
That's a great punt by Owen.
Good job by. Can't see that. See, we
Owen Plate's punt pins the Fort Washington inside their own 20-yard.
Well, this is interesting right now because right now the injured player for Port Washington is actually their stud quarterback, Ben Fritz. I don't know if it's a cramp. I don't know if he's tweaked an ankle. He received the punt. Cade made a great tackle. Looks like it might be a cramp.
Well, it looked, 133 to go. That was a really nice punt into the wind by Owen Plate. When in doubt, I'm always going to kind of trust him to take care of business. But Fritz is down. He's going to have to sit out at least one play. But it gives us a chance to bring you a message from Advanced Eye Care, 300 East Mill Street in downtown Plymouth. Doctors Tim and Cheryl Ziegler and the staff at Advanced Eye Care can provide for all your eye health needs. And I believe they have added an additional doctor to work with them. Whether it's vision or eye health testing, a new pair of glasses from their wide selection of frames or contact lenses under their guaranteed contact lens success program, Advanced Eye Care does it all. Most insurance plans and Medicare are accepted. Advanced Eye Care leading the way in total vision wellness. Van Horn Automotive Group, County Road O in Plymouth. Van Horn understands the way people shop cars is changing, and programs that provide added value are important. Not only do they have over 2,500 vehicles to choose from across 16 locations, but you can buy a vehicle entirely online at vanhornauto.com, and Van Horn can have it delivered. They also have value-add programs such as service financing, oil changes for life, all from the only employee-owned automotive group from Wisconsin. Van Horn, family-born, employee-owned, and then if you get your tires, a set of tires put on, you get free rotation for life as well. American Senior Benefits, if you're retiring and eligible for Medicare, turning 65, we're just curious to find out if your plan is the right one for you. American Senior Benefits is there to help. Ryan Riley and Kristen Heidemann are experienced in providing personalized services to explain and guide you through the Medicare process and provide you through a free needs analysis with options available at the lowest cost for the best healthcare coverage. Call Ryan 920-207-0731, Kristen 920-207-8037. Set up an appointment at your home or in their office. American Senior Benefits, they're there to help. And as always, we want to thank all of our backers. We could not do these broadcasts without their help and the help of the community. So,
well, Scott, it's interesting. They just had Ben Fritz off to the sidelines, not putting any weight on that right ankle. So I don't know if it's more than just a cramp. But right now they have their backup quarterback. Looks like it's actually Josh Arnold in that quarter position.
And he's a fantastic athlete as well. He's only a junior. Again, we talked years ago when I was assistant basketball coach. We had to play Milwaukee, Washington, and Dave Schultz, legend, in fact, just got inducted into Coaches Basketball Hall of Fame, said the one thing you can't simulate is their quickness.
Absolutely.
You can't. If your second group is quicker than your first group, they're playing.
Correct.
And they've done some good things. Again, it's pretty much Arnold has thrown like 5 passes on the year, 12 passes or something.
Well, they're spreading things out. Yep.
And
false start on Port Washington.
And they have had a lot of those little penalties as well. And if you're John Bunyan at Port, you're going to tell the kids, these are things as we want to move on. We got to clean this up. So 55 seconds to go in the third quarter. Panthers trail 28-7. Port's got the ball at their own, just shy of their 25, touching their 25-yard line.
Well, you have a different cadence when you have a backup quarterback come in, and so when you're expecting a certain cadence, a certain rhythm of how things work, maybe you're anticipating something, or they've just been moving fast all the time. Like, you're like, let's get going, let's get going. That's why you have that false start by Port Washington.
You know, a lot of times what we used to do a little bit was, hey, we're going to run it all on one.
Right. Keep it simple.
It's like, well, it looked a little bit like a fire drill there, but Port's going to take a timeout. So, yeah. So
a little bit of confusion there.
So, regardless of the outcome, and the game we got a little over one quarter to play yet. Next week, Plymouth will travel to Kettle Moraine Lutheran, they're 2-2 in the conference, and I think they've got one other loss non-conference. But they give us a tough time down at Kettle Moraine, and then on the 13th, Friday the 13th, we go to our arch rival Sheboygan Falls at Sheboygan Falls. So a lot of football to play. We are in the playoffs. We don't know. You know, we keep winning. We can get a home game. It's all about the seeding. But we are in the playoffs, and that will start on the 20th. Again, place and time to be determined. So there's a lot of football to play. Now they've kind of whistled in the teams.
Well, there must be something special because Coach Canales actually brought the entire whiteboard out to the huddle to draw something up. I don't think it's Sandlot anymore, but he definitely wants to work on something.
He's got to assign a coach to hold that thing up for him.
He does.
Mean, really. You got to have people for that. Oh, goodness gracious. Good tackle.
Saving tackle by Jackson Nylitz on that one. But right up the middle. Just right up the middle. Nothing fancy, nothing special. Just right up the middle.
I'm trying to really watch the line and see what's going on. And again, they didn't cross the zone. Now they did. When you're in the line, you got this eye on the ball.
Panthers jumped offside.
Eye on the ball. Again, no kid wants to do it, and they're kids. But they. And the third quarter will end, and the Panthers are behind by a score of 28-7. And we got one more quarter to go, and a beautiful night for football. The moon is shining bright on us, a little brighter on Port Washington right now. Just mention our sponsors as we go through this here. The Paddock Club, Lake Street and Elkhart Lake. Chef Lynn Chisholm has fantastic food. They're open Wednesday through Saturday at 4:30. Miller and Belton Incorporated, Hillendale Road. They do a great job, been in business a long time with Tom Miller and his dad prior. So if you're serious about your lawn, get a good lawn garden tractor sold by someone dedicated to knowing their product, and pretty soon you'll be looking at snowblowers. Tizza's Piggly Wiggly, Eastern Avenue, with stores located in Plymouth, Howard's Grove, and Sheboygan. Your one-stop shop for all your party needs. Your deli department can help you. Stop by and see what they can do. Plymouth Furniture on the east side of Plymouth has over 40 mattress styles on display from Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. They've got furniture and appliances now as well for any room in your house. So as we start the fourth quarter, Port Washington has come out and they played well. They were up 20-7 at the half, and we thought we just a little bit of oomph, and we had some stuff going, and it kind of fell apart. So Port, first and 5. Josh Arnold, backup quarterback, is in, and there's a great crackback block, and it was completely legal.
Arnold gets around the left end.
Either Port really hides their keys, or whatever. We're not getting Phil from the backs.
No, we're not at all. It did look like it was a questionable block on that backside. That it might have been a block in the back. Refs didn't see it, didn't call it. He got around that end and got a first down.
They looked at it, and it looked like the kid kind of waited to see, and so they're both there, and they made it's a judgment call, and that's the way they judged it. nonetheless, it was a good, well-run play.
Well, they haven't skipped a beat with their backup quarterback, Josh Arnold, there. We have to figure out how to contain him and make that secure tackle.
Just for fun to give it to a running back, just to make him feel good. Yeah, and Niemeyer's a good.
He's not a slouch either.
No.
Gain of 1.
So we got a few of our young fans keeping things going down there. I don't know if you can hear them up here, but weekend they're cute and they're having a good time. So we got 2nd and 10. Again, 4 downs for Port Washington. Again, they're going to wide split. The good news is the guy that can really catch it's playing quarterback. They're trying to run the clock a little bit.
That was an amazing play by Josh Arnold, who took it around the end. He unfortunately juked Eddie Mella and easily ran in untouched to put them up 34-7.
Well, and he slipped a little bit, but again, there was no other help there. You know, we're working so hard to take away that first dive, and that kid, he ran it well, and he's a really good athlete. So they're going to try to kick the extra point. They got somebody a little bit late on the field, and he hustled out, and now they're ready to go.
Defensive encroachment.
We have lost our concentration now. I even had my daughter say, "Why are you playing homecoming when you got this big test?" I said, because there was a away game last week and 2 in the next 2. This is the time you had to play. And there's a lot of distractions, but usually these kids can bring it back together. I think a lot of the distraction is a really, really good team they're playing. So the kick is up. It's good, and it's 35-7 with 10:23 to go in the ball game.
For the Port Washington Pirates, 35. Your Plymouth Panthers, 7.
I would tell you nobody expected this.
No.
But it's the train sort of fell off the tracks late in the second quarter. When I thought we had that 14-7, looks like things were going our way. I thought we had to stop, and then we didn't. Then we had after the kickoff, we had a pooch kick, I think, trying to keep it away from Fritsch, and they went down and scored.
Well, I think right now, as much as you want to be able to say, hey, what can we do in the next 10 minutes, the truth is that you are building for what the rest of the season looks like. And what are the ways that you can be really just working hard to say, hey, yep, we got knocked in the mouth. Port Washington took it from us. I shouldn't say took it from us. They took it to us, beat us. And now how do we respond? Because the season, we still have the whole season in front of us to be able to make a difference.
Well, and not only that, but you're going to look at film and see what you can't do.
Correct.
And your dream is to get into the playoffs and play good teams.
Sure.
And these are things we can't do. Didn't get to the 20.
It's like Marco Troca with the catch at the goal line to about the 20-yard line.
And if you're a coach, what you're going to look for is who are the kids that are, regardless of score, still working on their craft and battling. And it's hard. Again, we're looking at 16, 17, and 18.
Absolutely.
And it's hard. But that's what you're going to say, hey, listen, you still got to play each play, every play. So I think Troca's staying in at running back now. Trying to see if Shutter or not. I can't see.
Yeah, it looks like Shutter right now is standing next to Coach Gail Braun. We're going to throw it in the air.
Nice throw out to Steiner.
John Steiner with a nice catch, about 9 yards.
I tell you, he catches that so naturally.
Yeah.
He turns and puts his hands up, thumbs. It's just so natural. So good throw, Jordan Schmidt to John Steiner. And that's, again, just work on that. Work on whatever you can. And keep the ball out of their hands.
No doubt.
So we got 2nd and 1. Go out to Nilitz, catches it. And I tell you, Jackson out in space runs pretty well. So Panthers are.
It does. There's a good passing catch. Unfortunately, Jackson went down. Looks like a cramp. So they're going to have to tend to that right now.
You know, the thing is, Jackson is a kid that plays both ways.
He does,
and
absolutely.
Returns kickoffs. So, yeah, you know, he's going to need a nice long nap. And so we have a substitute in. I'm kind of looking to see what's cooking. I can't see it. So, Panthers 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. We're in the fourth quarter, a little over 9 minutes to go, down by 28 points. The middle, Troka out. See, again, we get it. I'll tell you. Number 9 is eating us alive.
Yes.
He's quick. He looks like he's pretty strong, but he's getting, you know, those are usually, it's almost a brush block. But if you brush block him, it doesn't work.
No,
so he made
not
that
at
play way from the backside. So 2nd and 9 for the Panthers, just shy of their own 44-yard line.
Well, and the difference between Marco and Brett is that Marco's got to hit that hold quicker. He dances just a little bit, whereas Brett is able to hit that hole. It may not even be in the play on that.
Oh, Schmidt runs and picks up about 7 yards.
That was a nice play. The pocket collapsed. Jordan was able to kind of scoot out to the right side. Took a big hit, but it was a good play.
There haven't been many real clean pockets.
No.
There just haven't been. So we got 3rd and 3. Again, we're in that situation. My suspicion is we can run it twice and try to get the first down. We will find out. Again, Shutter on the sideline. He was a little dinged up earlier.
Oh, no. Looked like a bad snap. Didn't even get to Jordan, so I'm not really sure what happened.
Were they trying to make a direct snap to the running back?
They might have been, but unfortunately, Port Washington recovered
it was Troka
at the 50-yard line.
Troka was the up back, which he's done that instead of Cole before. We don't know. All I know is it certainly didn't help the situation.
Nope.
So 7:47 to go. Port Washington, the Fritz isn't going to come back in the game. I'm sure Arnold has looked great.
Yeah, at this point, I think you keep Fritz on the sideline, get him rested up for the rest of the season.
I thought our linebackers would be able to do more tonight. I haven't seen it, and it might just be look like they had the running back stopped. You needed some fill from that second level, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, when you're able to be a running back and not get touched within the first 6 yards, 7 yards of your rush, you know it's going to be an easy day for the offense and a hard day for the defense.
2nd and 1. We're down to just about the 7-minute mark now. Port marching again after a fumble. They're at the Panther 41-yard line. They're letting the clock run a little bit, and if I'm them, I would too. There, we had good fill from the outside.
Handoff to Logan Niemeyer, who falls ahead for first down yardage, crossing the 40-yard line.
Grant Littke able to make that initial contact and then a gain tackle. Unfortunately, it looks like Ryan Cole is coming off a little gimpy. Hopefully he didn't aggravate that ankle injury that he's been nursing for the last 4 games.
He's had trouble with it off and on. They thought they would get him to where he could play both ways
Correct.
tonight, and he has been, but you know, it's that situation now as a coach. Yes, he's a very, very good player, but you evaluate, you still got 2 games to go. You win those 2, our final conference record would be 6-1. Our overall record would be 8-1.
And that puts you in a good position for the playoffs, right? And that's what's right now that you're building for to try and make a deeper run into the playoffs. Where there's a bad snap right there, it just falls on top of it.
I think.
Snap is recovered in the backfield by Grant
Yeah, Arnold wasn't that quarterback on that one.
at the 50-yard line.
I'm
Loss
looking to.
of around 10 on the play. He's 2nd and 20.
I was looking to find him, but I can't see him. So it's going to be 2nd and 20 for the Pirates. We're down to 5.5 minutes to go as they come up to the line.
Yeah, no, it looks like they did bring in another backup quarterback, number 42, Grant Esslinger. Grant Litke again being able to shed that block and make the tackle.
Back to the line of scrimmage.
It was, but they ran the same play they run for everybody else. But yeah, so it looks like, and if I'm Port, I'm going to get Arnold out of there right now as well. He's a good basketball, he's a good athlete. Really good athlete. Both he and Fritsch, they cause you a lot of trouble on a basketball floor as well. So that's a very, very, very good team. Well deserved of their number 1 ranking Division 3, and Plymouth had earned its number 4, but they had to play a little better tonight than what they did. Our crowd's still lively. They still got energy left. And
Esslinger tries the left hand.
they had another. They wonder if they have another center in there too, because that's been a couple bad snaps at Esslinger. So
Brought down by a
something we haven't seen much of tonight. Port Washington will have to punt the football with 4th and about 18 at the Panthers 46. So it's usually been.
Yeah, I do think that this is their first official punt
Yeah,
of
it's
the game.
Kuhn and Nylitz back, so Shutter I think might be done for the night as well. Again, it'll be under about 3.5 minutes when we get the ball back. Nylitz gets it. Oh, I'll tell you, it's just a good hit.
ball back.
Those are things you look at and see, is that a good team? Yes, they are. And they do some things fundamentally just bang right. They have, and they have some athletes without, I would like to know what, as quick as Fritsch is, I know Arnold, I'll bet Arnold too, what they time them at. But their 20 and 10 yard splits are better. Phenomenal.
Oh, absolutely. But there's also just kind of like, there's just the knowing, right?
Yeah.
Like you mentioned that earlier. It's just like they're able to see the field, their vision is better, and they make a cut and they go. And they're able to be elusive within that, and they've just be able to stack it up against us.
1st and 10 for the Panthers. We were going against 10. We didn't get the playoff. You gotta cut. That's one you got to cut up. Get what you can.
So it looks like Plymouth is also putting in some of their backups. Number 34, Devin Miller, with the run.
Al McGuire would say point guards are born. And I go, yep, I think real shifty running backs are as well. Now, big, strong, fast guys like a Jonathan Taylor developed as a running back. But some of this stuff, they just do it without doing it. 2nd and 9 for the Panthers. Down to 2:40 to go. We snapped it in. Schmidt's going to toss one. He's going deep to Nylitz. What happened?
Schmidt's pass is intended for Jackson.
It must have been hit. He was looking for him, but it ended up in the middle of the field. Either my eyes are deceiving me, and I admit that they're not the youngest of eyes anymore, but I thought, Nylitz had a shot.
I thought the same thing. I thought he had him over the top with Jackson's speed. I don't know if he was expecting Jackson to run a different route or for there to be a different receiver out there.
Hit that we didn't see? As I was watching I thought, whoa, we got something going here. We didn't. So third and 10. 2:38 to go in the ball game. Pick it up, Schmitty.
Just short.
Schmidt takes off and slides down, crossing the 30-yard line.
So he's going to be short of the first down.
Nope, it looks like they gave it to him.
Panther.
So I'm not
Oh,
sure
we
if it's
got
where
the
they
first
started the slide or where they ended the
Supposed
slide.
to be
but
where it starts
that's what I thought.
because he gives himself up.
Correct. But they gave us first down
Gave
on
us a
that.
first down, and we'll take it.
We will.
So 2 minutes to go about when we snap it in. Again, the Panthers will be at Kettle Moraine Lutheran next Friday and at Sheboygan Falls on the 13th. There's a good cut. That's
a nice hard run by Devin Miller there on the right tackle. Looks like we're getting in some more backups. Number 65, Don Smith, and number 73, Richard Emerson, getting some time in tonight.
So, and again, it's been a good week. A lot of good things happened during the week, I'm sure. This one is it should leave a sour taste in the kids' mouth.
Absolutely.
I mean, they had high hopes and high expectations coming in, and that they weren't fulfilled, but you're going to have to play again next week, and you just got to build on what you did well. First down, Panthers.
Straight ahead handoff.
Another good hard run by Devin Miller.
So, at the 48-yard line of Port Washington.
Number 7, Dustin Humphrey, joining the offensive wide receivers in the backfield.
And it's nice to be out there under the lights on a beautiful Friday night. I'm going to snap in at about a minute to go in the ball game. Another little snap. Devin Miller he broke a couple here. Nice,
ooh, nice cut.
He's going. He's going.
Devin Miller did a great job of making a stutter step to cause the Port Washington Pirate to pause just enough. It was just fantastic.
Again, these kids that are out there now, they're still playing. Uh-oh, the lights are out in the Port Washington crowd. It's actually kind of cool.
It just.
Our kids will learn. Hey, our kids have been great. Our fans in the stands have been great. They've been loud right till the end here tonight, and it's packed. The band was wonderful at halftime. There's so much with homecoming week for the other sports teams of soccer and volleyball and swimming and cross country and tennis, and they're all having a good time. And it's a whole school and a community. That was a huge crowd downtown for the parade tonight. It's a tough loss for the Panthers. They got beaten by a very, very good team. They're the whole package.
They are the whole package. They came in number 1. They came in and put the gas pedal down and just continued to drive, with it being the final being 35-7. Not what you wanted, not what you expected, but definitely what the end result is.
Now you go look at the film, and you got to come back and play next week. And life's all about learning experiences, and we got one tonight. So Scott Richards, Aaron Martell, Kurt Zulp, and all the folks in the studio, we thank you, and we'll see you next week.